Hello, great people. I don't find them. I don't bring them, and I go read them. The judgment where they no one make you see. The judgment where they teach say you don't forget. I don't find them, and I go read them to you, which is the judgment that was given by the Federal High Court in Umaya in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2022. I would read it to you. I will give you the details of it, everything, whether they the judgment. When Nnamdi Kanu being sued the federal government at that time, that judgment is in my hand now. In lawyer, barrister Aloy Ejimako, now he share and say, oh, make una help me share this thing. Now I look say, well, me Omosoladeji, I'm for everybody, I'm for nobody. No worry, I'm not going to only share them. I go come read them out to people so that Igbo people go feel understand. You know, say that they talk say if you want make people not they aware of something, make you put them for book. Now, you know the book again, oh, it go the video because I go read everything out for you. And some of you that are always reluctant to share video, I just pity you because you go say, oh, we love Kanu, na lie. Now, share this thing. Me, I don't only share them, I won't read them out. Now, you will be Igbo. Where go they say, oh, we love Kanu. Okay, now share this video so that other people go fit see am. Na lie, you know go fit share am. Then you go come say you love Kanu. How you can't love Kanu? No be to just dey online to dey make mouth. That is why I said sometimes the problem of an Igbo man is his fellow Igbo man. Now let us go to the judgment and I'll read everything out to you. Now the judgment reads. First, let me tell you the post of barrister Aloy Ejimako. Aloy Ejimako, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, said, if you still don't understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is vigorously challenging his prosecution and detention, read this attached judgment that I secured since 2022 and which declared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, detention as illegal and unconstitutional. Thus, President Tinubu should have since obeyed the order, complied with the constitution by freeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and halting his prosecution. This is why I publicly protested and got jailed for a week. You will recall that the man participated in the protest alongside Showore and he was sent to prison for about a week. Now, it says, I bear the high honor and duty to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to humanity to strongly demand the implementation of a landmark victory I secured through so much pain, suffering, sheer determination, and uncommon skill. Now that you know, please share this widely to help me and Nnamdi Kanu fight this injustice. Thank you, Barrister Aloy Ejimako. Aloy Ejimako, I've never seen you, I've never met you, but I am Omosoladeji. I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody, as Buhari said. And I am sharing this to everybody. It now depends on maybe your Igbo brethren that wants Kanu released to now share this video so that others can get to see it. But I have done my bit. And where do I stand in the trial of Nnamdi Kanu? Well, where I stand is that government, I'm not saying Kanu is right or wrong, but what I'm saying is punish everybody or forgive everybody. Nnamdi Kanu cannot be detained. Why bandits are walking freely? Why bandits are parading arms? No. Punish everybody or forgive everybody. And that is where I stand. Now, let us go to the judgment. The judgment reads, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the Federal High Court of Nigeria, in the Umaya Judicial Division holding at Umaya, suit number FFHC UMSCS 30/2022 between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, applicant, and Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, respondent. Wetin that mean be say, na Nnamdi Kanu, na he sue the government of Nigeria at that point in time. Now, this is the judgment order. Upon this suit coming up for judgment before this honorable court today with the following reliefs. 1. A declaration that the arrest of the applicant in Kenya by the respondent's agent without due process of law is arbitrary, and the respondent's enforced disappearance of the applicant for 8 days and their refusal to produce the applicant before a Kenyan court for the purpose of the applicant's extradition is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amount to infringement of the applicant's fundamental right against arbitrary arrest, to arbitrary arrest, to his personal liberty, and to fair hearing, as enshrined and guaranteed under pertinent provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Charter. Wetin dem dey talk here, they say As una go carry Nnamdi Kanu for Kenya, it is illegal. That is just the summary of what they are saying here. And anytime you hear applicant, when who they refer to now Nnamdi Kanu, because now Nnamdi Kanu approached the court. So anywhere you hear the applicant, I'm referring to Nnamdi Kanu. Now, this is the second order, a declaration that the detention of the applicant, that's Nnamdi Kanu, in a non-official secret facility in Kenya and the torture of the applicant in Kenya by the respondent's agent is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amount to infringement of the applicant's fundamental right against unlawful detention, torture, and to fair hearing, as enshrined and guaranteed under the pertinent provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Charter. Order 3. A declaration that pursuant to Article 12 sub 4 of the Charter, the expulsion or extraordinary rendition of the applicant from Kenya to Nigeria by the respondent without a decision taken in accordance to the law of Kenya is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amount to infringement of the applicant's fundamental right to fair hearing and not to be expelled from a state party to the Charter except by virtue of a decision taken in accordance with the law as enshrined and guaranteed under the pertinent provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Charter. Now, Order 4, as declared by the court, a declaration that any criminal prosecution of the applicant, the purpose of which the respondent unlawfully expelled the applicant from Kenya to Nigeria is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amount to infringement of the applicant's fundamental right to fair hearing as enshrined and guaranteed under the pertinent provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Charter. Now, this Order 4, what do you mean? Be say, this declaration that any criminal prosecution, it means as soon as bring Nnamdi Kanu, any criminal prosecution, the purpose of which respondent or lawfully expelled the applicant from Kenya to Nigeria is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amount to infringement of Nnamdi Kanu's right. That is what this Order 4 is saying. Now, I must put a caveat. I don't know whether this particular judgment was the one that was appealed in the appeal court, because I know that the appeal court at some point gave a favorable judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. But the Supreme Court set aside some part of the judgment and referred back to the High Court at some point in time. So the case of Nnamdi Kanu, you don't turn young pepper scatter. It's from one court to another, from one case to another. Nnamdi Kanu, I thought he only had victory at the appeal court, because I know that of the appeal court. I didn't know he also had a victory at the Federal High Court in Umuahia, and this is coming to light now as shared by his lawyers. This judgment is coming to light as shared by Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. Now, let us go to Order 5. And that's why if you are watching me and you say you love Nnamdi Kanu, you can see we can only do our best. Showore has done his best. He's a Yoruba man. I'm just doing my best to read this out to people. And what you can do, particularly for lovers of Nnamdi Kanu, is to share this video. If you don't love Nnamdi Kanu, don't worry, wait till your turn, because something will happen for your ethnic tribe or to your people one day where we say, now so I go do for them. That is why I don't like anybody, I don't hate anybody, as I usually say. But if you are the type that you don't like Nnamdi Kanu and you cannot tolerate this video, then all I can say to you is Chineke na Kpogi, in the sense that I am not only for you, I am for everybody, and I have to be at the middle ground. So you don't expect me to only be making video that will please you or your sentiments. So again, if you are the type that you go say, you are making this particular video, Chineke na what? Chineke na Kpogi. Now let's continue. Let's go to Order 5. Order 5 says an order of injunction restraining and prohibiting the respondent from taking any further step in any criminal prosecution of the applicant enabled by the said unlawful expulsion of the applicant from Kenya to Nigeria. Now, Order 6 says an order mandating and compelling the respondent, that is the federal government of Nigeria, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The order says an order mandating and compelling the respondent to forthwith restitute or otherwise restore the applicant to his liberty, same being in state of being as of 19 June 2021, and to, let's go to the next page, and to thereupon repatriate the applicants to his country of lawful domicile, to wit, the United Kingdom, to await the outcome of any formal request the respondent may file before the competent authorities in Britain for the lawful extradition of the applicant to Nigeria. What I just read, what it mean? It means say the court for this judgment, they talk say return Nnamdi Kanu back to Kenya. Where na pick am from? When you return am back to Kenya, if he travel go UK, wait for the government of the United Kingdom to treat the extradition request that you made. Then the outcome of that extradition request will be what will determine your action. That you don't have right to pick him up from Kenya. So this judgment is saying return Kanu to Kenya. Where you for pick and return and go back there. Then follow up with the extradition request, which is that you are requesting the government of the United Kingdom to send Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria to come and answer some charges. Wait for the decision of the UK government. Then when a judgment is given in that particular matter, if they find Nnamdi Kanu worthy to be repatriated to Nigeria, then what will now happen is that they will now send Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria from the United Kingdom. That is what the judgment is saying here, that return Kanu to Kenya. Now, order 7 as delivered by the court, an order mandating and compelling the respondent to issue an official letter of apology. The judgment even say may they apologize to Kanu. Now, waiting at the read for you. Say may the federal government may they beg Kanu, say sorry, say we extradite you illegally from Kenya. Compelling the respondent to issue an official letter of apology to the applicant for the infringement of his fundamental rights and publication of said letter of apology in 3 national dailies. Order 8, another mandating and compelling the respondent to pay the sum of 25 billion naira to the applicant. Again, you heard that 25 billion naira to the applicant, being monetary damages claimed by the applicant against the respondent jointly and severally for the physical, mental, emotional, psychological, property and other damages suffered by the applicant as a result of the infringement of applicant's fundamental rights by the respondent. 25 billion. Wait, if they give judgment for 2022 and they say may them pay Kanu 25 billion, if this kind of judgment come out today, the money go down reach like 100 billion be that. Have you know be so? Because Nnamdi Kanu don't go through a lot. But who go pay the money? You know Nigeria now. They know they will pay court judgment. They don't go pay the. Even if Supreme Court say go pay Kanu 100 billion, they don't go pay her. Now, order 9. And for such order or further orders as the other. Okay, now, look at this. It says, and after hearing, under Ejimako Esquire with PN, they just list the name of the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu. And after due consideration, now read this. This is what the judge said. I declare that the manner of arrest and detention of the applicant in Kenya, his continued detention in Abuja, his subjection to physical and mental trauma by the respondent, the inhumane and degrading treatment meted out to the applicant amounts to a brazen violation of the applicant's fundamental right to dignity of his person and threat to life under Section 34, subsection 1A of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Now, listening to this, I hereby award general damages in favor of the applicant against the first respondent in the sum of 500 million naira. 500 million naira only. Who be that first respondent? Make I go check who they owe Nnamdi Kanu money. Okay, Federal Republic of Nigeria, 500 million naira. Well, I think that the 25 billion where they request for now, just 500 million, the court award, but 500 million. That's still big money. I be what you think. If they award 500 million, so that means that if Nnamdi Kanu is still right as at now, it means that the money go don't enter billion. So automatically, if the court has said that, oh, Kanu is on his right, we have to award the damage now. That means say Kanu go be billionaire. Federal government will give her maybe billion or billions. Issued at, now this is where the court issued at Umaya, Federal Court Umaya, under the seal of the court and the hand of the presiding judge this 26th day of October 2022, Paul Rosemary and Mrs. That is the court registrar, and the judgment is certified 27 October 2022. That is the judgment that is in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, you heard it. I just read it out to you, and it is a judgment. A judgment is a law. I don't know whether it is all this judgment or a section of it that was approved at the appeal court or that was set aside at the Supreme Court. I must say that. But now the Kanu lawyer say, my people, they want to sentence my brother again at another federal high court. I beg, make una help me share this thing. I've heard the call and I've shared it to the good Igbo people and Nigerians at large. It's been an interesting time with you. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.